we are not the same. We're not born the same. We're not born into the same circumstances. Our brains are not born the same. There are patterns in humanity that um, we complement each other. We're supposed to complement each other. And I believe that. I believe that, you've got people that are good at this and you've got people that are good at that. And you've got people with a temperament for this and people with a temperament for that. And we're meant to live together in harmony in a small tribal society where maybe we've got 200 people in our little tribe at the most, right? And we've got these people amongst us who are good at this. We've got these people who are good at that. We've got people who are artisans and craftsmen. We've got people who are more inclined to be hunters. We've got people who are more inclined to honestly be warriors. We've got people who are inclined to uh, try to make harmony in the group. We've got people who are inclined to try to uh, seek out and uh, find better territory to hunt or fish or grow food or any of these things. Like, we've got a myriad of strengths in our community. We're not born the same. We're not blank slates. That said, most of the people would be in that guardian era. Most of the people, the biggest chunk of people, is in that guardian archetype, that protector archetype. Those are, you know, nurses and cops and firefighters and um, uh, things like that. And then you got a bunch in the artisan craftsmen, that your artists, and but also your people who are going to build houses, right? Um, and actually do the work of it. They're the people that are uh, gonna figure out how to uh, make machines work and work better. Um, they do things, right? Like, they're people who just can't help but make things. And so that's another archetype. Those two archetypes make up about 70% of the population ish. And then you've got these other two, your intellectuals and your idealists, your your people who can look at bigger pictures or uh, really hammer in uh, on hard problems, right? And they're a smaller part of the group. And right now, um, our society has seen that uh, our society is dominated by people who are in that uh, guardian and artisan mindset, and has devalued the intellectual and philosophical, uh, idealistic people. Um, they've been pushed out. They've been pushed out hard. People still try to make a splash. Those people are everywhere, but they're not running things. We've got enforcers all around us. We've got do this, don't do that, rules, 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 punishment, punishment, retribution, retribution. Uh, we've got a very violent mindset that and people don't know how to think in principles. People can't think through an ethical problem. People can't. Uh, I hesitate to use this term, the greater good, but people who um, can't look at a greater good problem correctly and recognize the harms for harms. People can't see clearly because they're so busy doing stuff and trying to survive. Um, somehow, in this society we have that's got more technology than God could have had 100 years ago, uh, everyone's running around scared, like scared, really scared. And that makes people uh, violent and short-tempered, and makes people value the concrete far more than the abstract, because abstract might not put dinner on the table, and that's a consequence of us being scared for a very long time, and that has been encouraged and pushed, and you got to recognize that psychological operations are a thing. We have been we the people at large have been under psychological manipulation since the dawn of time. Ambitious people who want to control how things go have figured out how to negotiate and manipulate other people to get what they want. That's been going on for a very long time. In the last, I would say, 100 years, that art has become a marketable science, and people have been employed in the job of manipulating people professionally. Like it's been insane, the spinning up of this industry of controlling people's minds. And if you can't see that that's been happening, I submit to you that it's because your mind is under control by someone else and you haven't even looked at it. But my guess is that you might have had a hunch that something doesn't seem right. Um, that's the other thing. Those people, the guardians and the artisans, people making stuff, and people going out and defending and helping, those people, they're actually really bad at intuition. They're weak in it, typically, generally speaking. Like, something seems off to you, that's the intuitive's job. That we talk about, human family having all these archetypes, and like in the tribe, there's that one guy out there that is reliably attuned to something ain't right here, and you listen to that bugger. In our society, we don't. We don't listen to that guy going, "Hey, hold on, there's something seriously wrong here. Uh, I smell trouble. I sense trouble. There's something off here. It doesn't feel right." We're not listening to those people anymore because we got to pay the bills. Because our society was set up for those artisans and guardians that are making the nuts and bolts of society work. They made everything for them, right? And they don't want to listen to philosophy. They don't want to listen to right and wrong. They want to listen to what works. Some of them do care about right and wrong, very, very, very much so, actually. But they can be so loyal to their in-group that they're willing to really not consider right and wrong. They're just, it's my group, I'm going to do my part because rah, 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 patriotism, right? Anyway, we're not listening to the people ringing the alarm bells, and we haven't been for a very long time. There have been people that have been looking and seeing and going, this is not going to work out well, and they have been largely ignored. We can't ignore them anymore, because it's all falling down around us for exactly the reasons that those intuitive people said, hey, this isn't going to work. This is going to collapse. You're going to make people desperate. You're going to hurt so many people that this isn't going to work anymore, because you are too busy putting your nose to the grindstone to make life work. Our society has been manufactured that way, guys. Those very talented psyops people have us all keeping up with the Joneses. The really clever architects of our society, they're in the intellectual group. they've put themselves above, and that's another thing that's going on here. The intellectuals and philosophers put themselves at the top, and they made the artisans and the guardians do what they wanted them to do. So it's unfair to lay it on those guys, but they built the system. They were being told to build the system, and they built the system, right? But the people doing the telling, they don't like us. There are too many of us. They want us to go away. We're taking up space, and particularly those of us who can see that there's something wrong. The poors who see something wrong, the not owners of mega yachts that see something wrong, we're the problem with our society according to them, because we are calling it as we see it, and we need to be shut up, we need to be deplatformed, we need to be doing all these things to keep these dissident voices from the cheap seats out of the discussion. Over the last couple of years, the cheap seats got a big boost with YouTube and stuff like that, but they're cracking down on it. They've been cracking down on it. They deplatformed a lot of people who were saying, hey, look at this. Deplatform, shut them up, can't have it, we got to go this way. I got lost, I'm sorry. Our human family needs to start listening to those of us who can tell that it's horribly wrong. And this is a big problem. The guardians and the artisans are currently getting theirs, and to upend the system, even as they're not thriving in it, to upend it is far scarier than putting their nose on the grindstone and continuing to work. They're working paycheck to paycheck for not very much money. Their rents are exorbitant. If they actually try to buy a house, the mortgage is stiff. We have a lot of desperate people right now, and that's by design, because if you're desperate, you're not, if you're desperate enough, but not too desperate, you'll just stay where you are. And we're being played to not make us so desperate that we overthrow, right? They want us paying all of our rents, all of our subscriptions, to make them rich. So we have to have that much affluence, but not anymore. We're being kept there on purpose. And we can't do anything about it if people won't look at it, right? We have to look at it square and go, this ain't right. There's something off here. So please, these are your conspiracy theorist friends. They don't get everything right, but their track record is so much better than CNN. You got to know that. So much better than CNN, because they're looking at things critically, because something's off. Something's very off, and we need you to also recognize that something's off, and that just because you're making a paycheck doing what you're doing doesn't mean that something isn't horribly wrong. And I want you to start considering that those people in your life who sound like Cassandra or Chicken Little, or they're proud of their tinfoil, or they're ashamed of their tinfoil. Either way, listen to what they got to say. Make their opinion better by asking questions, but don't dismiss them. They're on to something that you're missing, and you need to start paying attention, because it's all wrong right now. It's all wrong right now. Um, it could be better if more people started recognizing that the system that we're all functioning under is horribly rapacious. It's hostile towards us. It's farming us for our money. You feel it every paycheck. The tax comes out, then the bills come out, then the emergency needs come out, like, assuming you're even keeping up with your bills. So let us talk to each other more and listen to the people that consider listening to the people that you think are worthless and seeing what they have to say. Because though they might not be seeing everything clearly, they are clearly picking up on something that is horribly wrong. And you need to talk with each other and hone your idea space and orient to what the reality is around you, because you actually aren't oriented right. You got it figured out. You have your job. You've got you're making your bills. You're providing for your family. You're saving up for kids' college. You think you've got it figured out. That's someone saving for college has got it figured out better than most. Has worked within this system better than most. Now, you still have something to learn from the people who haven't mastered this society, because this society was made for you. You have to know that. Rockefeller, I think, was famous for saying that he didn't want a society of thinkers, he wanted a society of workers. And that's what they made. They made a society of workers so that you would keep putting your money into the tax bin, that you would keep putting your money into buying the needs that they created. You're thriving because society was made for you, so that the intellectuals and philosophers of the rich kid version, they could run everything and have you down here doing everything for them. And your intuitive friend is picking up on this and trying to tell you that something's horribly wrong because it's not working for them. This society doesn't work for them. It works for you because it was built for you, because you were meant to be the battery to feed the rich people up there. You got played as much as they got played, except that they're not thriving. And you think you're thriving, but you're spending all of your time at work and none of it with your kids. You're succeeding. You're doing. You're executing. You're you're paying the bills, but it comes at a cost, and it's a cost that your kids are paying. It's a cost that your wife is paying. It's a cost that society in general is paying that you might not be recognizing. So I want you to give a listen to the people in your life that you think are just maladapted to society. The truth is, society went and split and shoved them aside and said, you're the one I want. You that will just do what I say. You're my guy. I want more of you because you will work your ass off for me, and I will be able to suck all of your rent. So listen to these people that you might think are losers, because they're telling you something that's important and you're not picking up on it. That's it. Have a good one.